a tinderbox of competition and resentment come crashing down when Ivy's career begins to boom, whilst Theo's comes literally crashing down. Film fans YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, your movie apprentice, and today I am looking at The Roses, directed by Roach, starring Olivia Colman, Benedict Cumberbatch, Kate McKinnon, Andy Samberg, Ncuti Gatwa, and Sunita Mani. This is a dark and morbid comedy about the passive-aggressive nature of British humour and the struggles to strain throughout relationships and the lack of communication when it comes to really talking about problems, hiding them under thinly veiled passive aggressive words of disdain. Before I get into my full review though, if you like seeing on the channel, click the like button and subscribe for more video reviews that's coming all the time. But without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So The Roses, I was very excited for this one because I'm a fan of Olivia Colman. I'm a big fan of Benedict Cumberbatch, and seeing these two come together mixed with British wit. Like, if there is one famous person I do not want to be roasted by, it is Olivia Colman. She has such a sharp tongue, and these two have a great chemistry in this very overly polite chemistry with these subtle barbs that crack into each other. If neither of these two were as witty as the other, then this film falls apart from its seams. It relied on both of them being able to deliver that dry, blunt, passive-aggressive nature to really make this film work, and how they contrast with their American friends over in the States and the differences between their relationships. Like, there is a lot of mean-spiritedness to this movie, and I'll say that is one thing that can definitely tell a lot of people off about this film. A lot of dialogue is very mean-spirited, not even just between our two main leads. There are several other couples in this that come at each other in very passive-aggressive ways, whether that be Kate McKinnon aggressively trying to sleep with Benedict Cumberbatch's character behind Andy Samberg's back, or whether it's a couple where Theo and Ivy's passive-aggressive barbs and jabs at each other, they take inspiration from that and take it as a means to be extra mean in this. I do love this aspect of one career falling apart, meaning they had to be the stay-at-home parent, whereas the other becomes more and more successful at the exact same time, meaning that they are always the working parent. And seeing that contrast and switch in gender roles was a very interesting take. You have Theo, who is an architect that is very up his own head about his brilliance, so having to be stuck at home after one of his buildings miraculously fails is a great plot element. I do wish we got to see a bit more of his relationship with the kids, because the kids really turn into these fitness freaks and become almost robotic and lack any sort of emotional sensibilities, which is kind of a theme in this, how we will bottle up our problems and bottle up any emotional connection we have with even a significant other and hide it under this veil of just wickedly dark and sarcastic jibes at each other. That is something that I feel like is very relatable. The amount of people, including myself, that I've met, where we will just hide things with a joke. Like, this is just millennial humor in a nutshell in this movie, and it very much relies on every character, including the side characters, bringing their A game. Andy Samberg, we have seen in Brooklyn Nine-Nine how he can deliver this existential humor at times, and his character is very existential. Kate McKinnon's character, her whole vibe is she's very horny for a British accent. You have Ncuti Gatwa's character, who plays one of the waiters at the restaurant that Ivy owns, and he has a lot of fun in this, though I don't feel like we got to see enough of either him or Sunita Mani. It feels like, compared to some of the people that are more on Theo's side of the friendship circle, Ivy's employees don't really show up too much in this, other than to have a couple of specific gags. But the dinner scene is absolutely class. And as I've said, the dialogue in this is where it really shines. I wish there was a little bit more focus on the interworkings of the relationship and why it is struggling. Like, you can tell these two do want to save it and are wondering why they are more bitter. It's like those subtle parts of a relationship that come creeping in to their psyche, and they're trying to figure it out, but they can't help but have this competition atmosphere with each other, trying to one up each other at all times. So when things really come to a head, it leads to comedic gold moments. And this is just a very funny movie. For me, I would say it's probably one of my favorites of the year. I am a sucker for this passive-aggressive, sarcastic humor, the banter between the two that is becoming more and more less passive aggressive and more outright mean spirited, but they're always laughing it off. I found that to be a very relatable aspect of the movie, and I thought that was very enjoyable. It's not perfect. Do wish I could have dived a little bit more into the sensitive natures of communicating feelings, because that is the overriding theme of this. How we will just not talk about our genuine thoughts and emotions and feelings, because it feels like we're trying to step on eggshells and avoid conflict. So we try and hide our real feelings through thinly veiled passive comments, and that can only make things worse. And this is a film that's all about having a discussion before things truly get beyond repair. Before I get into my grade, if you like seeing our channel, make sure you click that like button and subscribe for more video videos that's coming all the time. But without further ado, let's grade this one. So the roses, I want a comedy from this movie, and I got that. Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch are both fantastic in their roles, and you really buy their chemistry, both when they are a loving couple and when they are a couple just wanting to rip each other's heads off. This is my kind of comedy, this sort of millennial humor of hiding real emotions behind thinly veiled threats, passive aggressive comments, and having existential moments that we express out loud and then say, no, no, I am fine. That is something that is extremely relatable, and I had a lot of fun with this movie. But if you're not one that's into morbid humor or mean-spirited comedy, I don't feel like it as much. I feel like that could be a massive turnoff for a lot of people when it comes to the level of comedy in this one, because it is very mean-spirited. There are very few characters that genuinely seem like nice people, like they are all assholes in their own little way, which means that you might struggle to get attachment to some characters. But for me, I had a thoroughly good time with this movie. So I'm going to have to say that for me, The Roses is a great cup of tea. So The Roses, have you seen it? If you have, let me know down in the comments below. If you like seeing our channel, make sure you click the like button and subscribe for more reviews that's coming all the time. Plan to get more reviews out this month. I've been a bit lax recently, but we're aiming to get more and more out as we go through the remainder of this year. Until next time, everybody, I am Josh. I've been with The Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.